So welcome to another video. In today's video I'll be updating my journey to basically max allocation in just prop firm funding overall. That's probably what I need to change it seriously, because as you can probably tell from the title, it's no longer a journey to 500k in funding, it's 1.5 million funding. Today I'll be giving an update as to where I am currently at, how much funding I currently have, and how I plan to achieve $1.5 million in prop firm funding by 2028. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So my current funding is $110,000. So I have a 100k account with FTMO, which you can see right here is currently up basically $1,100 in profits. The equity, I currently have two running trades. As you can see, one is up $1,200 and one is up $40. So this account is my 100k account, and I have this 10k account which I haven't traded since the 27th of March. So what, about 3 weeks now? I haven't traded this account in about 3 weeks, and this is because of the assets that I trade, and I don't want to be trading two accounts with the same assets, and then I would probably get banned for hedging and all of that stuff. So this is why I haven't traded this account in over 3 weeks. But this account is my 10k account, and it's funded. As you can see, it's currently in 1.4% drawdown. So that is the current funding that I have, a 100k and a 10k account. So phase one of getting $1.5 million in funding was to achieve 100k funded with FTMO, and as you guys can see, I have a 100k funded account already. So phase one is basically completed, and with my goal for this 100k funded account is to scale until I am a prime trader. So if you don't know what a prime trader is from FTMO, it's basically their premium program, and when to become a prime trader, you must have an active FTMO account that's funded. The account cannot be aggressive, so taking on crazy amount of risk. You can't have a failed FTMO account within the last 4 months, and you must achieve 4 rewards of a single order with a minimum profitability of 4%. So at this moment, I have 2 of these criterias, but I have not requested 4 rewards with a minimum profitability of 4%. So that is my current goal at the moment, and this is why this account is currently up $1,100. I could close these trades and request a $1,000 payout right now, but I won't, because I'm not planning to request a payout until the account is up 4%. So that's that. So that's my plan with this 100k FTM account. Now the next phase is to get funded with a 200k account with Alpha Capital, and Alpha Capital is just a new firm that I added to the list here that I think I want to get max allocated with, because they have a swing account, which I have a few swing trading strategies, so that's suitable for me, and they have a good reputation, good amount of reviews and so, and you can get a maximum allocation of 400k. So if I go to the 2-step right here and swing 200k, this is the account that I'm planning to get from Alpha Capital, and I actually plan to get this quarter. So by June I should have purchased a 200k account with Alpha Capital, and hopefully, if everything goes well, I can get funded and I can pass the challenge by Q3 2026. So that's maybe about 5-6 months from now, if everything goes well. So I already have budgeted to purchase a Alpha Capital account in this quarter, the 200k account, and if I get funded, if I am then funded on my 200k Alpha Capital, I will have a total of 300k in funding. So that's phase 2 right there. Next we have phase 3, which is to purchase a 100k account from Fivers, and you guys probably know Fivers. They are a great prop firm. They have amazing reviews and Trustpilot and all of that stuff, but they restrict news trading, which is honestly a red flag for me. Even though I don't news trade, I can open a trade during a news event and I lose that profit. So that's very unfortunate with Fivers, but I don't really see any other option. So Fivers here is the other prop firm on my list. I plan to get the 100k high stakes challenge with them, and hopefully I can pass this by Q4 of this year. Maybe I'll get funded by Q1 of 2027, but really if I could pass it by Q4 2026, that would be great. And if that is the case, I will have 400k in funding by the end of this year. So 100k with FTMO, 200k with Alpha Capital, and 100k with Fivers. So hopefully by the end of 2026 I can achieve this, and I would be not really close by 1.5 million in funding, but I will get in there. I will be getting there now for 2027. So Alpha Capital, as mentioned, you can get a max allocation of 200k. So by Q1 of 2027 I'll purchase another 200k by Alpha Capital, and when I get funded, or if I get funded with this, I will have a total of 400k in funding with Alpha Capital alone. And the thing about trading multiple different accounts with prop firms is that you run the risk of getting banned from hedging. So I think with Alpha Capital, if you're trading two different accounts, you can't be trading the same assets on two different accounts. So if I have two 200k accounts, I can't be trading gold on the two different accounts. So I plan to trade FX and commodities on this 200k, and on the other 200k I would trade indices and gold. So that's really the plan here. By Q1 2027 I should purchase my second 200k Alpha Capital, and hopefully I can get funded by Q2 in 2027. And the 400k funded FTMO account, so I will purchase a FTMO account that is 400k, and you may be saying, what, you can't purchase a single 400k account? But that's one of the benefits of being a prime trader with FTMO. Let me see, if you have a max allocation of 600k and you have access to the unique 400k FTMO challenge product, so you can purchase a one account that is 400k, no merging, just a single account of 400k. So hopefully I can be a prime trader with FTMO by Q2 or Q3 of next year. If that is the case, I will definitely purchase the 400k account here with FTMO. You get a 90% split. The 400k account, you get the prime trader certificate. I will even get a free FTMO challenge of the same size as the qualified FTMO account. So when I become a prime trader, because I currently have a 100k account with FTMO, when I get my prime trader status, FTMO will give me another 100k account, right? So there I will have 600k worth of accounts with FTMO there. So this is way in Q4 of 2027. So over a year from now is when I expect this to happen here. But this is phase 4, as you guys can see, and I expect this to happen in Q4 of 2027. And the assets that I will trade on this account will be indices and gold, and my other account I will trade FX and oil and commodities and all of those other stuff. So that's Q4 2027. And then finally you have E8, and this challenge is, I actually just came across this the other day. So E8, they offer a 500k account that you can just buy straight out of the box. And if we go to the page here, as you can see, the account, I don't think it's showing the size here. Yeah, it's showing. So if I zoom in a bit, you can see that simulated capital amount is 500,000, so $500,000, which this for me is really interesting. And you have the option to select the drawdown that you want. So I select a 14% drawdown. The less drawdown that you select is the smaller the amount of capital you have basically. So I'm planning to buy 14% of drawdown, which is $70,000 worth of drawdown. So you're basically paying 4K for a 70K account, which that is just a massive deal. And you can choose your profit split to be 80%, 90%, or 100%. To me, 100% profit split is literally a no-brainer. It's actually a no-brainer. I don't even know. Well, I guess depending on your financial situation, you could decide to select the 80% profit split and pay like $500 less. But to me, the math does not make sense there, because let's say you are requesting a payout of let's say 25K, right? So you're requesting a payout of 25K and you choose the 80% profit split. This means that you will get a payout of $20,000. So you're basically giving up $5,000 for this payout. Where if you just went for the 100% profit split, where you're paying just like $500 extra weight. No, where you're paying basically $1,000 extra, right there with this payout, you would have made back your $5,000 extra. So the math is just, it just, in my opinion, it just makes sense to get the 100% profit split. So that's really my final purchase that I see myself making, and I will probably make this purchase in about Q3 or Q4 of 2027. So again, over a year from now is when I plan to make this purchase. And again, the prop firm space may change a lot. Who knows? E8 may no longer offer this account as an option a year from now, and if that's the case, you know, I'd have to change up my plans and my goals a bit. But as long as E8 still has this a 14% drawdown, 100% profit split, and a simulated capital of $500,000, you're really paying for 70K still, but that's still a lot. Then this is without a doubt what I'm going for here. And if you sum all of this right here, that's 1.5 million in funding. And this is not assuming being scaled up. Like for FTMO, for example, when you request, I think a total of 10% on a single account, you get scaled up with Fivers. You can also get scaled up with Fivers once you reach 10%. So this 1.5 million is assuming no scaling. So in reality, it will be more than this, and that will be 100K with Fivers, 400K with Alpha Capital, 400K with FTMO. Actually, this should be 500K. So this should be 500K with FTMO and 500K with E8, and that's a total of $1.5 million in funding. And as you guys can see, I should, if everything goes as planned, achieve this by 2028. And $1.5 million in funding is actually a decent amount. With $1.5 million in funding, let's just assume this math is oversimplified, but let's just assume I'm targeting 1.5% a month, which is a good amount to target without hitting any drawdown limits. That would probably give me a return of and then let's assume a profit split of about 90% times 0.9. So this can give me a monthly return of around 20K. So 20K a month, and I target 1.5% on my accounts. That can give me about 20K a month. So if all goes well, 2 years from now, that's where I expect myself to be. You guys can follow my journey. If you guys know, I'm transparent. I share everything on my channel. I share from I was unprofitable and struggling to now getting consistent payouts with FTMO. If I go to my certificates here, you can see that I get I have a few payouts from FTMO. I think a total of 8 payouts with FTMO. And yeah, I've been sharing my journey, sharing all of my monthly returns and all of that stuff. So if that's something that you're interested in, you want to see my journey, how I progress, the lessons I learn and all of that stuff, you guys can just subscribe to my channel. With that being said, peace and trade safe.